Ability for bringing you Sapovea and New Loom and just a wonderful wide selection of quality decor pieces and rugs that are sure to make your fall oasis come to life. You can find select Sapovea decor pieces and by the way, all New Loom rugs, they're up to 20% off on hsn.com. So they have brand new items that have just hit the shelves. We're lucky to have them. And now you can check them out for this holiday season before you miss them. I just changed into 3 jackets in 20 seconds. Oh my goodness. Here's the truth. I wanted to put on my angel wrap, and then I remembered that it's time for the Marilyn Miglin fragrance. And quite frankly, if anyone ever said elegance and putting your best face forward, it was Marilyn, and we love the prices we are able to bring you. Now, maybe you're someone who already knows all of the infamous fragrances, or maybe you're someone who maybe just tried one and you haven't come back in a while, but I will tell you the prices that we are able to offer here, incomparable. One of these on the Marilyn site, MarilynMiglin.com, is $85 each. By the way, perfect 5-star ratings, half a dozen 5-star reviews, perfect. That's $85. We are not just giving you one for the price that you're seeing on your screen of that $59.95. We're giving you both. This is a $110 savings right now. If you decide to order, we're also doing free shipping. So this is basically it. We're going to have our collection of our favorite fragrances, Kathy,
yes,
for a price that is pennies on the dollar, and we know that it's timeless.
It is. This is the perfect fragrance for any woman who doesn't even typically wear fragrance, but you want something that's positive. This is the feminine fragrance from Marilyn Miglin. It's the second one that she created, but she created this almost 35 years ago. What's different about this is that there are no individual top notes. I typically am not a floral lover of fragrances. Every single one of the ingredients in here is a beautiful white flower. So why do I love it? Think about a bridal bouquet and how beautiful a bridal bouquet smells. That's what this is. So let's talk about the individual notes that are in there. So you'll notice there's no top notes, so it starts right with the middle notes. There's Italian jasmine, there's muguet, there's calla lily, which is that very tall, elegant flower, white rose, osmanthus blossoms, narcissus, and white orchid. And then in the bottom notes, there's actually the vanilla and the sandalwood and the crystalline sweetness. And the reason that those ingredients are in there is to actually help the fragrance to last longer, because we want our fragrance to last longer.
Interesting.
But when you put this on, it just smells fresh and light and ethereal and pretty and feminine. It's like that quiet confidence. Marilyn always said that this was a fragrance to balance her sensuality with her spirituality. And she gave this fragrance to me. I gave it to all the nurses who are caring for my grandmother, because once you hold destiny, you hold that destiny in your hand. And we've always gone back to that. It is such a beautiful fragrance. I was telling Natasha yesterday, I was cleaning out our home. As you can see, I have hurricane hands and all these lovely things that we've been doing. But I came across a letter from Marilyn, and it was back from 2004, so 20 years ago, when we had been evacuated for Charlie. And it said on there, you know, a woman can never have too many fragrances, but she should only be evacuated once. And because we actually had to have a double anniversary.
Found it this week.
The timing on it, I just thought it was like she was speaking to me.
Yes, yes, that she's just saying it's a lot. I know it's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my goodness, that's so touching.
But we need something happy, and we need something that's going to make us feel good. And this is a true Eau de Parfum. And just as you had mentioned, this is over $80 on Marilyn's site. The only place this is ever discounted anywhere is here on HSN, and this isn't just a discount. This was kind of our way of saying thank you to being a fan of Marilyn's beautiful fragrance. We usually only offer it once, maybe twice a year. It's the only time that you get to see it. But you're getting a 3.3 ounce Eau de Parfum. You're getting not one, but you're getting 2 for that same price. It's under $30 for one bottle. Now it's one for you, and maybe you know somebody who's going through a hard time. give them a gift.
And we were just able to bring this to free shipping as well.
Oh,
and
nice.
that wasn't going to be the case earlier either. So this is a really, really special day. Remember, $85, I don't know the last time that you've purchased Eau de Parfum, but number one, if you're getting the over 3 ounces, that's already a very substantial amount. So I love that. The amount of quantity you get for the quality is excellent. But $85 is just about what you would expect. Sometimes they can be a little bit more than that even, and it really is what prevents me from smelling my best every day.
Yes.
Because it's just, there's a price barrier for me. Now, when I looked at this price, I said, oh my goodness, okay, so we're able to take $10 off, that's great. Then we took an extra $15 off, that's excellent. And then when I realized this was for 2, I'm telling you, I was like, that is a $110 savings. You are not getting a water, you are getting an Eau de Parfum. It has, I think, an everyday scent, and that's what most of the comments are, is this is an everyday scent. It's not strong one way or another. It really is almost like a bride walked by you about 7 feet away.
Yes.
And you just had that bouquet waft, really light, almost maybe even like the flowers after the rain. So it's not too heavy on the floral, but it's very fresh and delicate. That is a scent that I want 2 bottles of.
Yes.
Because it's not just for a certain occasion, it's every day.
Yes, and fragrance lasts typically about 3 years. I found a bottle that was in the old shape bottle, so I'm not even sure how old it was. And I spritzed it yesterday, and I'm like, still smells good. So to be able to find these things, to have something that you're really going to feel confident about, it's about having that quiet confidence, that confidence in yourself. And remember, all of the individual ingredients in this are all pure white flowers. So you do have that osmanthus in there. You have the calla lily. And I always said that Marilyn reminded me, if she was going to be a flower, the calla lily would be her. You would be a calla lily.
That's my favorite flower. I love that.
How nice. So all of the ingredients are all white flowers. Italian jasmine, there's muguet, calla lily, the white rose, the osmanthus blossoms, there's narcissus and white orchid in there. And then the base notes are only in there to actually help the fragrance last longer. That's why you do see a lot of times as those base notes, but I call those kind of the snuggle down notes. Those are the ones that when someone gets in a little bit closer, this is the fragrance that invites you in. There are some fragrances, like I love Marilyn's pheromone, but that's my boss fragrance. You know, I walk in, it's like, hello. Walk in with that confidence. This is that quiet confidence that I just think every woman deserves. It's that beautiful level of femininity, but it's fresh, it's pure, it's light, it's ethereal, it's feminine. And Marilyn used to always say, change one moment and it changes everything. That is what destiny actually is. So that one little moment can truly change everything.
The Destiny can, and so can the One Spray. It really does. You're gonna have that with you throughout the day. It might, maybe it's the confidence, maybe it's just a gift you're giving yourself to have that slight bit of the lovely reminiscent scent that you have whenever you need it throughout the day. But it takes so little to make that change in your confidence. And sometimes we put so much effort into the other things, and this will be what someone notices first. Or particularly if you don't have a scent that's necessarily pleasing. This is a lovely way in my, for me, sometimes I'm running after my kid all day. At the end of the day, I'm like, why didn't I wear perfume today? So the price, if you're just tuning in right now, you may notice that the Marilyn Miglin Destiny Perfume, this is an $85 perfume on the Marilyn Miglin site, where there are several reviews and they're all 5 stars. And most of them mention this being the everyday scent, that lighter, fresher, white floral scent that I love that you mentioned. It's just like a bouquet of a bridal bouquet. Very, very wonderful. We are down to a little over 570 total. So we are becoming limited on this, probably because people realize that $85 price point. We took $25 off of that. These do not go on sale. And then we added another one completely free. So we took $25 off the price, and then we added another, not a travel size, another full size. 3.4 ounces, another full size of the Eau de Parfum is coming for free after you already got the first one for $25 off. There is no shipping and handling charge. This means if you are opting for a flex payment, you're using any major credit card and you just click that box, you will be getting 2 of these in the mail for under $12. That's it. And then you'll pay that $12 the next month and the next, but you are not waiting till the end of the 5th month. This is not layaway. You know, what I think is the sign of a universal everyday fragrance for me is thinking, I know my mother would love this.
Yes.
And I know I would love this. And I think my husband would love this too.
Yeah.
Because there, like you said, it's not something that is, it doesn't hit you right in the face. It's not the Boss Babe.
No.
But there is something very light, like a window was opened and there were flowers outside and the breeze just carried in the scent.
A lot of times that springtime, that freshness
Yes.
is, you know, we kind of
Oh, it's so good.
get in. I've worn more fragrance over the past 2 weeks, you know, with no power. You know, we're talking about sometimes you just don't feel like you smell so great. We've had, you know, a lot going on down here in Florida, but this is something that is just very, very powerful. Everything that happens to us in life happens for a reason, and destiny is a fragrance that can really represent that for you. Something good always comes out of it, and as Marilyn used to say, change one moment in time and you can truly change everything. So that simple trip that you make, that little bit of destiny that you put in your life, you're gonna feel good and feel confident about it. This is a fragrance that represents it. It's an Eau de Parfum, all individual white flowers. There are 7 individual white flowers that are in the fragrance that you truly can feel feminine about. So again, I do want to remind you of the individual flowers because it just lingers really delicately and very gracefully. I think it's a unique fragrance for every woman, but there are going to be the Italian muguet, there's the jasmine, there's calla lily, there's white rose, osmanthus, there's white orchid, there's narcissus blossoms in there. And then at the base notes, you have the mosses, the vanilla, the sandalwood, and then the crystalline sweetness to it. But it is not an overly sweet fragrance. It is a very feminine, lady-like fragrance that is just going to make you feel good about yourself. But it's actually really fresh and light. So if you are someone who typically doesn't like a real heady kind of a fragrance, I think one of the biggest compliments that we get is that nurses wear this fragrance all the time.
Oh, very interesting.
So it's something that it's not, and it's because it doesn't have those individual top notes to it.
Yes.
But if you think of the white, beautiful bridal bouquet and it comes out, not only is it beautiful and elegant, it also is not overpowering. It's just, oh, that's lovely. You know, that's what you find. Like people will kind of lean in and go, ooh, what are you wearing? That smells so nice. Or they'll give you a hug and they remember that. You know, like when you're holding a baby and they just always smell, you just kind of nuzzle in.
Yes.
This is that nuzzle in fragrance that really makes you feel good about yourself.
There's something positive about it.
Yes.
Am I